Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the workshop. It is fantastic to have you here as ever, as we are working on a Viking sword and as Squarespace is sponsoring today's episode. As you know, Squarespace is the website building platform that just makes it super duper easy for you or I with no coding experience to build our own websites, put our brand out there in the world, allow people to see what it is that we do. They are giving you folks 10% off your first purchase with them and a free trial at squarespace.com/forge. We need to get right into engraving ourselves a little groove for some twisted wire. Here is where we left off after the last episode. We had a little ball diamond burr in up here, which is fine, but we want the wire to sit flush or close to flush in this front area here, so it's not going to get caught on anything. And that had given us a lovely opportunity to quickly make ourselves up another little engraver that'll suit the width we need. So with a little sharpen up of the face of our graver and a little sharpen up of our heel, it's time to get to it. Alrighty, side number one is down to about 3/4 of a millimeter depth, which I think could be quite nice. Quite a nice little stopping point to see how it looks, get the other side matching and see if we're happy with 3/4 deep. So there is a little bit of a feeling of the wire, but it's still completely held in there by the side walls. So we'll pull it out of the vise, flip it over and get going on the next side. Alrighty, so here's where we're at right now. I've just hand sanded back those sides. I did 180, 240, 400, 600 on both sides. The grooves are cut. Here's what it looks like from the underside. What we now need to do is take the grooves that come up like this, continue them on sideways, so they come up and across, so that gold wire will sit right in here and hopefully sit nice and securely. I'm just gotta work out how I'm gonna hold it. Well, I guess that's why ball vices are useful. Looks like I've got a groove deep enough. It's a narrower groove. We used a 1mm flat graver for the lines that went across the sides of the lobes. I then used a 0.6mm graver for the lines there at the bottom. What I'm now gonna do is take what's called an onglette graver. Now you heard me talk about these when it was that we were doing the inlay for the falchion sword. What I'm gonna use it for now is doing a little bit of an undercut and secure that wire in there as it pops down. It's a small detail, but I think that every little bit will help to keep that wire in there. We have been making admirable progress here, little bit by little bit. I'm going to give the surface a little stoning just to make sure that we get rid of any of the burrs that we've raised. Beautiful. We will take it out of the vise. The next thing that I want to think about is I want to think about a good spot for my touch mark, because I think that we have some real estate that we could use just fabulously for that purpose. In the shape of this is this beautiful little spot right here, and I think that that could fit a small touch mark just fantastically, but I want to practice engraving a touch mark first. I'd like to be able to engrave the touch mark, considering all the engraving that's going on this project and it being the new skill. I'd like to do that. I think that would be really exciting. So we're going to lock the practice plate in the vise and see how we can make it look. Oh my goodness. This is my first ever attempt at a gold inlay. And I think it's working. Like, I genuinely, this gold is sticking inside of my touch mark. This is unreal. Now this is cool. First ever gold inlay. It worked. It is nowhere near perfection, but I am still extremely thrilled with how that came out. We used a square graver to cut the S. We used an onglet to undercut as much of it as possible for the inlay. We raised some teeth with a flat graver, and we hammered in the gold. I had to add some gold in the tips because I didn't have enough undercut there, and the gold fell out on the first go, but it worked. There is gold inside this piece of steel. There's gold inside this steel. And so now, that leaves me very tempted. Leaves me very tempted to risk the 3 days of work that I've put into this pommel by trying to carve my touch mark and inlay it on this as well. I kind of want to do it. I think we got to do it. The first thing that I want to do though is I want to clean this up a little more because there are a few scratches. Now we're going to make scratches, but hopefully we're only making these scratches up here. So we're going to clean up these lobes again with the Fordham. All right, so it's all set up. The touch mark is penciled in. We've got some blue masking tape on it. That means that now is the time to potentially destroy this pommel. It'll be fine. It's gonna be fine. I'm gonna sharpen my gravers. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna put as much care as possible I can in following those lines. It's gonna be difficult. This has a taper to it. It's gonna be a real challenge. But I'm gonna get those gravers sharp, and we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. I don't know how that got there. I mean, I did it. I'm the one that put the gold inside the steel, but I still don't know how it got there. Because it feels like it defies the laws of physics. I put a piece of gold in this piece of steel, and it didn't end up too badly. This is completely absurd. Look at that, it's there. And it stays in! So I've done this. I have put a radius on this inside edge here so that we have that nice heirloom fit which matches up the fit up that we have on the upper guard section. And then I started playing. I started playing with the twisted wire. Now right now, we've got silver twisted wire in there. So sterling silver wire. And you'll notice that the twists go in opposite directions. So I twisted one piece clockwise, one piece anti-clockwise or counterclockwise, and they hammered in just like that. I was a little nervous about how well they would sit and seat and be strong, but getting my finger in there, I can't pluck them out at all. Let's do a little destructive testing. Let's see if we can pluck any of them out. Okay, that's pretty difficult. Try this one. Nah, that one came a little easier. But it's nicely kind of, yep, that came with a little more force. I was gonna say it was nicely stuck. That's a little more difficult. Okay. The question is, was that strong enough? And I'm thinking it is. There is also going to be the clamping force once that is riveted to the upper guard. And so I think, considering I'm not ever planning on taking a pry bar to that gold wire and plucking it out, I think we're okay. So what we'll now do is break out the gold. We'll measure out about a foot. Oh, this is scary. Wait, I've put gold in my forge before. Why am I scared of this? We'll give it a snippy snip. Fold in half, stick it in the vise, set it at 1, nice and slow. Here I'm nervous. Here we go. Give it a measure, 95. There we go. Oh, beautiful. That's the clockwise piece. We'll unroll another bit. We'll give it a cut. In the vise we go. Time to twist anti-clockwise. That's clockwise. Oh, got it tangled with the other piece. Oh. No! It broke. There we go. Back in business. And we twisted too far. Oh, that one broke too. Yippee, we're doing well. Okay. They're looking pretty good size-wise, actually. Attempt 364. Oh, and that didn't work either. Good. Finally. The twists are even. So here we go. this pommel, the pommel cap, it is done, and it looks so good. I was concerned that there wasn't going to be enough contrast there, but those twisted wires, those twists, they create shadows, which creates contrast. It gives it depth. It just makes it look so beautiful. The twists alternate from the outside to in. Oh, am I pleased? Oh, am I excited? Oh, am I thrilled that that is done and that we can start working on some more of the adornment and the decoration in tomorrow's episode, so I look forward to seeing you then. I want to again thank today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. It's the website building platform that my main website, alecsteelblacksmith.com, is built on. I found Squarespace and started using it years ago when I started offering blacksmithing classes and offering blacksmithing tools for people, and it really, being able to build my own website and being able to easily edit it and change it and manage it myself with no coding experience created a backbone to my business that I am extremely grateful for, because I wouldn't have been able to build the business were it not for being able to have the website. One of my favorite things about Squarespace is their app, which allows you to manage your orders. You can mark orders as pending or fulfilled. You can check them off when they're done. You can quickly see what orders you have. You can get notifications when they come in. You can update the inventory of your products, create discounts and manage discounts, and it's a really fantastic feature to be able to have at your fingertips on your phone while you're out and about. Know the state of your orders and the state of your business, because of course a website is such a key foundation to any modern business here in the 21st century. Squarespace is giving you guys 10% off your first purchase with them, as well as a free trial when you go to the link in the description below. They have sponsored this episode, and you clicking that link and signing up helps support this show, and it also helps you get on the right track to building your website, help building the foundation to your business. Thank you, Squarespace, for sponsoring the episode. Thank you guys for coming along, and I cannot wait to see you as we continue cracking on this Viking sword. Bye-bye.